Thank you for the question. It is correct that the council last summer passed legislation, or maybe it was earlier this year, that makes it easier to hold individuals on a pre-trial basis. It was not focused solely on children, and in fact, we did not change the law with regard to juveniles. Now, with regard to security or police patrolling on private property, that's really an issue of the Constitution of the United States, and that is that the government cannot control the private property. That's why it's private. Now, the captain said what I believe is correct, which is that if the police want to drive the property, he can do that. And I think they should do that. That's not quite the same as MPD getting security for the property.
That's not what I stated. I said control the exterior, which it is allowed. When I live in Ward 3, when I live on the next avenue, you control all those gardens.
Yeah, I heard the captain say that he would do that.
He also said it wasn't guaranteed. He also asked everyone not to use that as a form to make them responsible. So you heard all of that. Everyone heard the same thing. Even we've all heard the back and forth. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. He said not to use it as a platform.
Let me finish. The captain said,
this is in the building.
but I don't remember that.
I need to stop trying to act like we're not articulating it. We just understand very clearly that man is coaching, not to use that as a platform, and that you try to answer the question with his promise that you would do something, but not in writing. So you can't sit there and represent what he said, because he specifically asked for that not to be done, so that you wouldn't do that, so that you wouldn't do that, and so that these people wouldn't do that. And here you all are, doing the same daggone thing. You're just kind of sophisticated ways to do it, and we sat there and we're wasting our time. Like, this man is not the man that said that, so he's not the person that should have came back. He's an officer. That's not who made that statement. You cannot use that as a platform. Please answer the question of how you're going to change it. How are you going to change it, sir? Don't tell us about a promise that a police officer made.
I want my home pick.
The short answer to your question.
I don't want the short answer. You all have given us the short answer.
Look, this is what we're not going to do.
It's be disrespectful.
And that's, look, this is what we're not going to do.
You're right.
They took time out to come out here.
So did we. So did we, Miss Cooper. I took off of work. I'm losing money to come out here. Come on now. We just need people to stop talking to us like that. All of y'all stop talking to us like that. Just give us some facts and tell us and educate us and help us to understand how we can move forward. Stop talking to us like we're just here as some ignorant people that's just calling us rush.
So I guess y'all understand that a lot of people are irritated, and we get that.
No, I'm not irritated no more than y'all.
Okay.
That's right, that's right. But let me say this, your voice is needed, we understand.
Okay.
And we weren't going to do everything today, but what we are doing is serving notice that you are putting them on company.
And this is notice.
To get what you
Right.
want, and that's your notice. And what we have to do is keep showing up. When we don't show up in between, when we show back up, it starts all over again, and then we have these processes where we have to act out. Now,
I'm not acting out. No, I'm not acting out.
please do not keep allowing these owners to treat us like we're nothing.
Come on.
When we get to the end of the line and we can't go no more, lock them up.
All right.
Lock them up!
Yeah, lock them up.
Thanks. So basically, we are all here at this meeting, and the council member, everyone is right there. How long? Because they stated earlier that they knew of this problem. What we've done over the years since they knew of this problem, and nothing we've done, that's one of the reasons why we're still here. Because it's been going on and there's no follow-up. Okay, that's one. What do you say? My neighbor's right here asked a question. Where's Miss Cooper? Miss Cooper asked a question, and even now she hasn't got an answer. Why? Because of the same thing, Miss Cooper. Yeah. So they haven't got an answer. So that's just ridiculous. I think 12 asked some questions. Those are the questions that I wanted to ask security, the property stuff like that. First of all, if you all go back to day one, the OAG office, they are the one who failed us to be in this position. Why? Because they have done nothing.
Yeah, but we
Okay? Just a minute, man. I'm going to talk. I'm going to let you talk because they haven't done nothing. When they first started, when all the paperwork stuff, they came once to inspect the property, or maybe not to inspect the property, look at the property, make their report and present it. During the process of the case, no one came up here to see follow-up of what's being done. Nothing was being done. The last time I went to court, Marbury Plaza, the owner, whatever, present paperwork that all of this be done. When it did not, I asked the question to the receiver and the lawyer there, why didn't you say something that they're saying that these been done and nothing? When everybody, the judge got the report that all the work needed, everything was being done, and they didn't protect us. They didn't stand up and say, yeah, it's a lie, nothing. So when we hear all of this, that, everything being okay, it's not. So the OAG office failed us on day one, stating that an entire with Margaret Plaza, the owner, that work was being done, much as for us to be now in the secret. Okay? Those two gentlemen around, you don't know who they are. No introduction, nothing. Now for Miss Cooper. Excuse me, Miss Cooper. I appreciate as the president stuff like this. Okay? I appreciate it, but I'm going to say this. When questions being asked, wait for it to get answered, because even now they haven't got an answer from this gentleman. Now you interject just as how when you were talking to these gentlemen, Sandra interject, and he was please, in an environment, in a setting, in a meeting like this, and we are here, listen to the tenant and let all answers. Then, as the president, make a summary, drop down bullet points, and then you present it, because your time is going to be taken up to the limited time that we all have here.
Well received.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I tell you respect and love.
I have a question, I'm not sure if it's a question or a concern. And I'm sure it's one that probably may not be of concern to anybody else here right now. But I'm a person with a disability. I depend on this ramp right here and that ramp in the parking lot for accessibility. Now, for a long period of time, there was no ramp at all. So I was reduced to being able to leave my apartment and come back to my apartment when someone was available to help me to navigate the steps. Now, they did replace the ramp, but it's inefficient at best. If you have a disability and in order to make the door open, you have to be able to push the button, and then you gotta go back and see if the door opens, and then you gotta push the button again. Okay, but then you gotta go push your apparatus up the ramp in order to get on the lift in the first place. Now, I fight all the time because I use Metro Access transportation. There is no one regulating that lift right there. They park in front of it. They make it inaccessible for people to use the ramp. That's why the ramp is there. I want to know what legal ramifications. Is this another thing that's going to be between back and forth between management and MPD? Who enforces that so that I'm not at a deficit? I should be able to come and go as anyone else does anytime because I too am a rent payer.
And I want to actually add to that too, because Barbara and myself have spoken about this several times. Right on here, you see the sign says, fire lane, do not park. At any given time, on Sunday, when this office is closed, on Sunday, Saturday evening, Sunday morning, cars are parked out here. All the time. Even when management is sitting out here, management, like so I'm talking to management, even when management is sitting out here, no one is enforcing it. Because you clearly see the sign here. We even have management themselves parking their cars out here. So let's start addressing things with management, which leads into her question, because she is a disabled person and she has rights. But if we have management constantly violating their own signs, their own policies, what good is that? Because tenants are going to start to do because nobody is enforcing it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got something real quick to say. Real quick. Let it finish.
Maybe if you put some red paint on it or a sign there that says handicap accessibility only. There are lots of things that can be put in place so that that area is protected and always available. I have no idea. I'm almost afraid to even address the ramp for fear that it won't be working and I can't get out again. There were months. That's absolutely ridiculous. Somewhere there has to be a law against it.
Okay, I got two things to say, and I'm gonna make it very, very quick. Number one, why is there not a ramp in the 2330 building at all? Don't tell me that it can't be ramped put in that building for the tenants that live back there. Because if the building catches fire, they gotta come down them steps, but they can't use the elevator. So you can't tell me, I don't care if they break out some steps, make a ramp come down, because that's against the law to have people trapped in the back building without a ramp. Number two, I agree with them. All these cars that's parked right here, right now is in violation. Miss Cooper got a $250 ticket because I parked out there, but management, the workers, they get parked out there every day. You know why they park out front? So they can keep an eye on their vehicles. So when nobody steals
Oh, yeah.
so when nobody breaking their vehicle. Now let's keep this 100. If you want us to obey
Yeah.
the law, then y'all need to force the law. See, because if the law apply to me, then why don't apply to everybody else, including management? So no one should be out there except for the fire truck or the ambulance or security rider. That's how it's really supposed to be. Now, anybody in this right now that's in here that want to be moved immediately to get your apartment worked on, immediately raise your hand, because Mr. Antonio is going to address that for us. And I thank you, Tony, because me and you work pretty good, hand in hand. We don't have too many problems.
who has no clearance report and has had no remediation done, those are the apartments we're going to address. Because we're being blocked on a daily trying to access units to move people. Nobody wants to move. We don't want to move people. We'd rather work on it in the unit. Well, I hear all that, but we did the remediation. Now we're talking about the mold remediation and asbestos. If there's additional repairs, ma'am, I've been in your apartment. You don't want to take nothing off your walls. We want to do work in your apartment. Well, that's fine. If you're willing to do that now, so then let's all get on the same page and let's work, because I'm here to work, and this young lady knows it, and anybody that's within their apartment knows. Okay?
We're gonna wrap this up.
That is a song.
To the gentleman, Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
I've been here since 2013.
We appreciate you here so long.
Tickets in my apartment since 2015. Since 2015, I'm in this building 606. Yes, I have mold under my sink. I have mold under my sink.
Why he close? It's like he trying to tackle him.
Then I will come to see you. For years, it's been 4 years. I put in there just this morning to put in a ticket. I put in 6 times before, and no one has even knocked on my door. No
They're violent all over. Violation all over.
How do you make the change that you get your voice together? September 2nd is Labor Day. What better way to celebrate your holiday than to show up at Freedom Plaza ready to repeat this? This isn't the end. This is the beginning. This is a polite way of letting them know what your standard is. But do you sit down with yourself because it no longer bothers your unit? Or do you show up for your brother man? Today was a demonstration to show the pattern of behavior and the nature of their responses. You heard them. It's not acceptable. So my question to you is now what? What is the plan? The plan is to show up, because we don't change laws, we don't get police in our communities, and we don't get the outcomes that we want without coming together. So yes, we can get frustrated, but now the question is, what is the plan? We keep going. We have a transparent way of delivering this message today, and that is on Labor Day, September the 2nd. Show up. Show up and change the standard. This isn't about yesterday or 9 years ago, because we get nowhere like that. When do we change the standard, and when do we show up? Ms. Cooper has everybody signing information. We'd like to hear from you all. I want to thank Mr. Nicholson and Mr. Francois for showing up, and Mr. Snowden. It can be easy to hear this, but I would imagine for as long as you've been in tenure and for your representation, you feel better about it, knowing that you came to face and hear us and help to deliver so many ailing viewers. It's just as simple as that. It's not black or white. It's about the standard that we're not meeting. Will you see that? So we'll be in touch, because we got to follow up, but we're not going to stop. This is just the beginning, and you can help us to do this civilly. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
You can still sign it. Sign it right here or right here. There you go, baby. There you go.